Okay, so I've just been informed that all it actually takes to get Tom Brady to really want to perform super hard is about $500,000. So that's good. Um, Allegedly, in the game today versus the Falcons, if he finished top five in the NFL passing yards, this is according to Adam Schefter. If he finishes in the top five of the passing yards, he would get a $562,000 bonus, basically an incentive in his contract. I don't know about you or me, but $500,000 is not $500,000 is not something that I would really honestly think would motivate Tom Brady that much, considering how many NFL contracts he's had. Maybe I'm just being dumb. Maybe I'm not really thinking about the math hard enough, but holy crap, Tom Brady managed to make the Buccaneers look though they looked amazing, but they were up against the Falcons today. So I think we should temper a little bit of the reaction that we've had. And even as I was watching the game, there were points. So Antonio Brown came away with like a giant, crazy touchdown, where he just absolutely made people fall in the dirt. And that was at the point in the game where the score was 30-27 and the Falcons were only down by 3. But man, did Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, and the whole crew showed up really, really, really well in the fourth quarter. I mean, they threw 21 points onto their score just in the fourth, which I think is really, really impressive. Looking at this from the hindsight, from a little bit away from it, you say, oh well, Falcons never really had a chance in this game. I don't know if that's 100% true or not. It's kind of, that's a little bit too, you would actually have to go back and play it again to find out. But it comes down to a point where you just compare the two teams and you're like, okay, Falcons are absolutely horrible. Their best running back is Todd Gurley, and Brian Hill is performing better than him. You want to talk about a sad day? Todd Gurley got the same amount of carries as Brian Hill and got just a solid 76 less yards than him. Averaged 2 yards a carry. Brian Hill averaged 10 yards a carry. 94 yards from Brian Hill. No touchdowns, though. Matt Ryan got a rushing touchdown. How about that for 1 yard? That's pretty good. Maybe if you needed Tom, a rushing touchdown for your fantasy crown, that could have potentially been good for you. But this is just kind of sadness, really, as you look at it. It's because it's like Antonio Brown completely lit you up. Antonio Brown had 11 receptions, 138 yards. His average was 12.5. He got 2 touchdowns today, and it's arguable that Chris Godwin was better than him today. Chris Godwin only got 5 receptions. He got 133 yards. His average was 6.6, 2 touchdowns with a longer total reception. He had a 47-yarder. He only got 7 targets. He caught 5 of his 7 targets. Tom Brady was he got 11 targets to stick of the 14 to Antonio Brown. He only targeted Mike Evans 3 times. I believe there was some limitations with injury, but he caught 3 of those balls and he got 46 yards. This team is just scary. This team is just really going to be scary, and hopefully with a week of a layaway that they can rest, recover. Hopefully, I don't know. It looks like Rob Gronkowski didn't really do too much. He got an 18-yard reception in the game. He actually got 2 receptions. 2 for 4 on the connectivity to him. But yeah, I mean, I think that the more you kind of analyze this game, this it was close at one point, and then the fourth quarter happened, and then it was completely blown open. I don't think that you should make a mountain out of this molehill, but I do think that it's worth noting that the Tampa Bay Bucks are peaking in the right time. They are really starting to find themselves. I think that this is a good time for Mike Evans to not really be super involved so that we can see what Antonio Brown can do in the number 1 receiver slot-ish this week. He clearly was the favorite target. If you can get all those guys really humming on all directions, this team is just, in my opinion, unbeatable. The defense is questionable, but when you have all those all those receivers really, and Tom Brady as the signal caller. As long as Bruce Arians isn't really like throwing monkey wrenches into this, like they're gonna put up 40 points every single game. I mean, granted, the Falcons' defense is terrible, but you know, if Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin can all put it together, that's pretty dumb. That's going to be pretty bad for anyone they face. And I think they're probably going to end up playing Washington unless they manage to lose today. And then they played the Giants or the Cowboys. I actually don't know who won that game at the moment off the top of my head. Let me see if I can't just... Looks like the Giants would actually be in the playoffs if the... So we would get to see Tom Brady versus the Giants. I think that Tom Brady might lose to the Giants. If he plays the Giants, he might lose to him. But any other team, that's an easy dub. I just think that there's some sort of fate, David Tyree, evil mojo around from Eli Manning that would ruin Tom Brady if he had to go against the Giants in the playoffs.